Pantry, and today I'm going to give you a short little video answering some questions. I posted over on the community page saying, if there's any canning questions you might have for me, post them here and I'll address them in a video. So I thought this was a fun way to get you guys to interact. So I got some questions. The first one is from Tanya Logan. She said, I saw you can Red Hots. Can hot dogs be canned also? My son wants me to can him some Beanie Weenies. Well, I think Beanie Weenies would be a perfect canning project. I don't believe I've ever canned Red Hots. You might be thinking of somebody else, unless it was, 8 or 9 years ago and I tried it. I'm gonna tell you the results of canning like Polska kielbasa or anything like that. I don't care for it. The texture is terrible when it comes out. So I'm imagining hot dogs, if they were in a sauce with beans, might be okay, but I don't know that I would do it. I think I'd add the hot dogs at the end, when you open the jar of beans. So I would do your beans that way. Just me, I don't know. It would be a fun project though, to get that sauce just right. All right, so Taylor J says, when you were raising your family, what did you find yourself canning the most of? And why, and how did you use it? So I would say tomato products, salsa, all the garden stuff, and fruits of the season. So that would be it, because I would use those in desserts, and the fruits would be in desserts and yogurts and all those things over oatmeal. As far as the gardening goes, I've always had somewhat of a salsa garden and love to can lots of tomato products. So that would be what I used. Anything you would use canned tomatoes or tomato sauce in. So let's see. Vivian Price. I inherited 50 75-year-old jar, 50 to 75-year-old jars. They've been stored in the barn stall for 20 years. If they don't have chips, nicks, or cracks, would they still be safe to use? Water bath canning? ? Absolutely. Those jars were made to last a lifetime. They were also made, if there's no nicks or scratches or anything, cracks or anything, use them. If you have a fail, toss it, I guess, but I would use them wholeheartedly. I bought some jars years ago that were probably 40 years old, and I used them until I cycled them out of my rotation. Good job. I'm glad that was a blessing. Okay, Penny Hamo. I canned chicken with the herbes de Provence and it was dry. Can you tell me what I did wrong? It's okay for chicken salad, but much too dry for anything else. Well, I'm not really sure if you've got it in broth. Now, if you raw packed it, sometimes chicken breast can be kind of dry if you raw packed. So I don't know if you did raw pack or you packed it in broth like I do. I don't find it dry, and yeah. So I use mine in soup, stews, casseroles, all that stuff. So I would imagine you'd be able to do that. Allison says, what's your most recommended pot to can with? And does every pot have to clasp closed? I bought a couple different canning pots, but both do not clamp shut. Is there a difference? So I'm not exactly sure what kind of canning pot you're talking about. I use the All-American pressure canner for pressure canning. I've had a Presto. Prestos, they lock on a little bit differently. So water bath canning is just a lid. Any pot that's big enough to cover your jars by an inch or two, and with some kind of protection on the bottom to keep the jars off the direct heat, is a water bath canner. So, okay, now Miranda's Kitchen. My jalapenos and banana peppers came out soft and mushy. When I tried to pickle them. What did I do wrong? I'm not really sure, Miranda. Anything, after it sits in the jar for a while is probably going to get soft. If it called for you to boil them, that's probably why. If it, like our harder vegetables, like the carrots and the onions and peppers, if you just blanch them really quick, or even just pour that hot broth and pickle them, you're probably good to go, because the water bath canning is going to get them hot. Just me. Try it that way next time, maybe. Just be safe. Don't, do your research. Okay, Rick Myers, I'm new to pressure canning. I just used my pressure canner for the first time since buying it 4 years ago. I kept getting people telling me, oh my goodness, telling me I was going to blow up my kitchen and if I didn't do it right. It scared the heck out of me for so long. I just kept watching your vids and Sutton's Days vids. Then I did it. I canned 7 quarts of chicken and sausage soup and everything came out great and sealed. No problems. Now I'm hooked. Sorry for such a long post. Well, it wasn't a question, but yay for you. That's awesome, Rick. Okay. Let's see, get this down here, back to, okay, Sabrina Gladhill, canning lids say good for 18 months, but yet people say good for years. Do I have do I have the wrong ones? No, you don't have the wrong ones. The new ball canning lids and cur lids say 18 months. The USDA would like us to keep our stuff on the shelf for no more than 18 months. But in fact, it's been proven, and actually jars of canned food over 40 years old were opened and still good. The quality of the food degrades after 18 months. So your vitamins and minerals, I have a 3-year turnaround. That's my sweet spot in my extended pantry for my home canned products. Now, some things I only leave on the shelf for a year, like pickles, jams, jellies. That sort of thing degrades a little bit faster, and I'm not sure why, but I definitely, anything pressure canned can stay on my shelf for 3 years. Meats, veggies, all that stuff. I think that's a personal preference. And if you're scared, follow the USDA guidelines. But they used to say a year. Now they're saying 18 months. So, yeah, they're just being safe. Covering their, yeah, you know. Okay, so Taylor J, can you share some more of your favorite summer canning recipes? Maybe something more unusual compared to tomato sauces or salsas. Also, would love some good sweet and savory rhubarb recipes. Okay, well, I'll try to get to that, and I appreciate you asking for new stuff, because that'll inspire me to dig deep. Okay, what are some good, oh, this is from Katie Wilson. What are some good, let's see, good consensus foods recipes to can? I think she meant convenient. Good convenient food recipes to can. I want to try your chicken salad. It looks amazing. Also, is all meat pre-cooked before canning? In this kitchen, for the most part, yes, I par cook all the meats. But if you look in the fall canning book or any of the other canning books, you have the choice to par cook, completely cook, or to raw pack. I do not care for raw packing except for, wait for it, chicken legs and thighs. I do that. I just did a canning session with that, and I don't mind it, but you still have the gunky stuff on the jar, and yeah. How I get that gunky stuff off the jar? I put a little baking soda in some hot soapy water and let it sit for about 10 minutes. It wipes right out. Okay. You can also use vinegar and baking soda if you want, but vinegar and baking soda really react quickly, so. Okay. Can you can in a regular stovetop pressure cooker? No, you cannot. Those are not designed to maintain a particular pressure. Most of them run anywhere from 10 to 11 pounds of pressure, but there's no way to make sure that that is consistent. There's no pressure gauge to go by, so you wouldn't be canning safe if you did it. Would it look like it came out okay? Absolutely. Any canner has to be, and I have the smallest All-American they make. It's a 10.1, and I'll try to link that down below, but it has to hold 4 quart jars standing upright for it to be enough space to create enough heat and enough pressure to can successfully and safely. So no, do not use on the stove pressure cookers or electric pressure cookers, because you're not canning safe. I'm sorry. Anyway, I know it's a big expense, but it's once in a lifetime, promise you. And a lot of times you can get those at yard sales for $5. All right. Hope I answered that. Let's see. What's your favorite salsa? Can you share your recipe? I'm going to have to say my current favorite salsa, and this is the last question, is the jalapeno salsa with the 30 jalapenos, and you seed most of them and leave to your taste of heat content, leave the rest. I love that salsa. And then my next favorite is roasted tomatillo verde salsa. So, or salsa verde. I love it. So I will be doing more tomatillos in the garden this year. It's totally going to be a salsa garden for sure. So guys, I hope that you appreciated this. And if you want to do this some more and get your questions answered right on video, let me know in the description down below and I will get that out to you and we'll post some more questions. I'm also thinking about doing some private stuff for you. If you think you're interested in anything like that, let me know. Comment down below and or go over to the community page and let me know that you would like some private content that's only available to a few of you. All right, guys. We'll see you next time for another delicious recipe and you never know, maybe a road trip. I'm thinking about a road trip coming up. All right, guys. Bye.